Hello, and welcome to Depth Perception. We discuss movies and dive into how films direct the way we experience them. We create a perception of sound, a perception of sight, with a dimension of mind. We move into a land of both shadow and substance, of themes and ideas. I got a couple of wise men with me today.
Oh, wise men.
Tin Man and KMax.
Kidnapped me another time.
He had no choice.
He can't drive himself, so he's got to stick around until
no choice, no excuse.
Poor guy.
This is our movie portion of our laughter chapter. And we did things a little bit differently today. Usually we have a set movie that we watch. And tonight we overlapped laughter with a holiday movie. And so I had a couple of choices here. Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and then one that I haven't seen. I don't think KMax, did you see this one?
I had not seen it before.
Tin Man was the only one that saw this movie out of the three of us, but it was 2015's The Night Before with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Anthony Mackie. So I'm writing notes, like trying to form a discussion as we're watching it. So it may have a different feel here. We'll see how it goes. Oh, and once again, forget. Oh, here's a surprise. My brother-in-law sent a gift all the way from Seattle. So shout out to Kevin. But I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back.
Kevin! By the way, did y'all see the Mariana Grande hosted Saturday Night Live this week? And I really can't stand this current incantation of the cast. But this particular episode was memorable on about 3 or 4 different skits that was outstanding. It's a Home Alone.
I did see the Home Alone one.
Was it great?
Yes, where she was Kevin.
That's so great.
I sent the link. I wasn't sure if you guys watched it.
Yes,
I thought it was great. I was like,
Yeah. I didn't see the link, but I had seen it that night, like later that Saturday night. Watched it later that night, and I was like, man, this is funny stuff.
Oops, I left the traps still.
Yeah. It's like, I go to the closet and get some memories. No, Dad, I haven't yet.
It says, "Ding me, Merry Christmas from Kevin."
Oh.
So if this isn't a bell, I'm gonna look very foolish, and I got to stand back up, get the other bell.
And Kevin's gonna have some explaining to do.
You tricked me, Kevin. Certainly sounds
Okay. All right.
sounds like a bag of gifts. How about
This is fun.
Opening a gift.
It sounds like you're opening a gift. It's perfect. Perfect for radio.
It's a multi-sense experience. Very. Oh, that's like what do they call it? ASMR? Is that what it's called? They like do things very close to the mic.
Yeah. How do the sounds make you feel?
Yeah, I might be in the wrong career.
Oh.
I am in the wrong career. This sounds like I'm right in your...
Look at that.
Look at that fancy.
I think that one's going to be more forgiving. I think 2 angels got their wings.
Still going. Well, I'm going to put it right in the middle of you guys.
Oh my goodness.
I'll mess it up.
I feel like this one might be give us some forgiveness. The bell of forgiveness.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I need to hear you guys try it.
All right.
All right, here we go. This is KMax.
Wow.
That rings
Some-
true.
some
Wow.
resonance
And there's
in there.
resonance.
Oh, first one. Swing and a miss.
See, I don't think you got to feather it so much. See what I mean? I think you can get away with
Just a
It's
hair.
still going.
That's true.
Wow.
It's Christmas miracle.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin, from all of us here.
Yeah.
Kevin!
Okay. So I'm going to go through our talking points here. Someone ding me.
I'm just gotta mute it.
Mute said it right away. He's like, my hypocrisy knows some bounds.
We've got. We're going to talk about our initial reactions.
Oh, there we go.
Our favorite scenes. We're going to have one that we thought was the funniest, and the one that was like our favorite.
Okay.
We're going to have a callback to Grief. We're going to go over some cinematic / storytelling tools here, and we're going to talk about laughter.
All right.
And I'll go deeper into that as we get to that. So, first up, initial reactions. I'm just going to find any reason to send us a ding.
You're getting a variety of dings from me right now.
Well, let's start with the only person that has watched it,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there.
Initial reaction. Okay, so this is a 2010 kind of a drug and alcohol fueled romp in a mixing of a. I want to say it's a the Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, Future.
Oh, Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. It's a hint of it. I wouldn't say it's outright. They hinted in there, and the first time I watched it, it was in theaters when it came out. So this is 10 years ago now, and it did feel a little heavy on the swearing, almost gratuitous to me the first time I watched it. But watching it this time, it felt like I don't know, maybe I'm older and I'm more vulgar. Why it didn't bother me as much.
Like, this is mild.
Yeah, this is with nothing. But like I felt like I could see more of the heart of the plot the second time through.
I feel that. I know what you mean by that, because sometimes it's this huge distraction for me. If something's got a lot of profanity, and usually this crew does that too. I mean, this crew of they put films together, like some that I've seen, like This Is the End.
So not us then.
Yeah, right.
This
So
crew.
this crew right here does that a lot, but it can be a little heavy for me. And this, I found myself thinking back to our laughter when Voz asked about like classic comedy and like modern comedy. I found myself making a lot of observations and mental notes about that. Like, this is more of a modern comedy.
Yeah.
That really plays on the dick joke type stuff like that, you know? And literally, that probably was the thing that was cracking me up the most.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be seeing any of those.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know this is your second time watching it, right?
Yeah.
So you said there was a little bit of difference between the first time and the second time.
Yeah. Not that there was difference in the movie, but like the first time I watched it felt almost, the vulgarity felt almost too distracting. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. For whatever reason, this time going through it, I felt like I could look past it. And
Was it the company you were with?
Maybe it was just my wife. With you heathens and it.
You're like, those pictures are fake that guy's getting.
Those
There's
aren't
no
real.
way. There's no way.
And Franco's reaction was, you saw it? What'd you think?
Yeah. What'd you think? But I liked it better the second time I watched it. I did enjoy it this time. Like I remember actively thinking, like, did it really bother me that much, or did I not? For whatever reason, it seemed like it wasn't.
Yeah, because when we went through our list of movies to possibly watch, KMax saw 10 seconds of the trailer and was like, "This one."
Yeah. I just thought it was super cool, the idea of it.
But Tin Man was kind of like, "Okay, let's do it." Like, oh, is there something about this movie?
I was trying not to read too much into that, but I thought the same thing because he was.
I'll write out whatever, because I know one of the other options was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and I know I'm like I like this one, but it also has its fair share of adult distractors. So
It's funny, we at the barber shop this weekend, that was the question I asked every single person that sat down. Saturday, I did 18 cuts, and I just asked everyone. I committed to it. I said, what is your favorite funny Christmas movie? Mm-hmm. And I was able to round up between 18 of them. There was a couple smaller outliers. One was Gremlins, was a comedy.
Oh, yes.
Comedy, like a Christmas comedy. But the top three were Christmas Vacation, Elf was one, and then the third one was
Grinch?
No, it was Home Alone. They just said either Home Alone 1 or 2.
Okay.
Was it? And that's right tonight. Like when Christmas Vacation was on there, yes, I said, but I've watched it 6 times in the last 2 weeks already. Right. So this was a kind of a refreshing one to see because you and I hadn't seen it before,
right?
And and the reason why I was so turned on to it by watching the trailer was it looked like the city, and it was true. The city kind of played a role in it. I like that when movies do that, especially a Christmas movie like New York City at Christmas time and the tree and Rockefeller Center and things like that, and also. I like when they bring a neighborhood, like when it's a guy movie, like a bromance thick movie, and it talks about the neighborhood, and it almost plays like a character. Yeah, and it did have that. And they did the boroughs. They had visited a couple different boroughs in New York City.
Nice.
Yeah, I like how we're doing this a little bit different. Where Tin Man's seen it, we just finished watching it. 10 minutes ago?
Yeah. Yep.
And now we're recording right after, getting like a true initial reaction, no time to look up anything.
It's almost scary.
You're scared. I'm trying to form a full conversation.
Well, I mean, I see you scratching things down. I'm man, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm just sitting here chugging eggnog. Yeah.
So I feel like my that does distract me as well, the profanity, but I feel like I'm around it in different parts of my life, so it's not like it's I can get used to it, I guess, if the product that is there otherwise overshadows it. So I think that was okay for me, but it felt like it was meant to be, though. When we were watching the trailer, I'm like, oh, it's 3 guys, and we got 3 guys here tonight, and then the opening thing is like something grief related happens. I'm like, okay. It's supposed to be, and then one guy getting D pics from a guy named James. I'm like, that's definitely us.
The same thing too. I start looking at my phone. I said, man, it's happening, people.
It's happening again.
And it was right up our alley too, with some of the themes that it touched on too. Yeah. Man, I was like, man, this is awesome.
Sometimes I feel like I've mentioned this before, but sometimes things just work out on the pod.
Serendipitous.
All right. Was that enough of a first reaction?
Yeah.
I feel like so. I feel like it was.
Okay. Let's move.
That bell has never been better.
Let's move again. Oh.
Kevin!
Look what you did to us, Kevin. All right, we're going to go favorite scenes. So I want 2 scenes from each of us. One is the scene we thought... Oh, we could classify this as scene perception, by the way. We haven't done that in a while.
Okay.
So first scene is what we thought was the funniest. And then we're going to give another scene that was our favorite and doesn't have to be like funny, laughter related.
Okay.
All right.
So right off the bat is going to be the funniest scene that we perceive to be the funniest scene?
Yeah, let's go funniest first.
Let's think here for a moment here.
I don't want to take anyone's.
Oh, take away.
It's going to be when when Seth Rogen is in the church.
Paint the picture a little bit,
So
please.
it starts off with, what does he do? Does he lose a phone? He lost his phone. He has the other girl's phone.
Yeah,
and he has somebody hold it for him. And so he's having this conversation with this guy, and it turns out it's just a statue in a nativity scene.
Yeah.
He's not really there. And then runs into his wife after she gave him a bunch of drugs for his one night out to go and relax. He goes into the church with her, even though she tells him to go away.
She tells him, my parents are right behind me, parking the car. You need to leave now. And he just keeps circling back. She goes, why are you back here?
So then he goes into the church.
Wearing his Star of David sweater.
Wearing a Star of David sweater. and then tripping enough where he sees a baby, and it's like, I think the baby says "F you" to him, and he hisses and he's like yelling at the baby, and they start singing. He almost throws up. He sees Jesus on the cross. He's like, "Who is that?" It's Jesus. He's like, they think I did that. You think we did that?
He starts covering up his
They
sweater.
hope they don't know I'm Jewish, and they're like, "Your sweater's got a Star of David on it." They know you're.
Too much.
Gets out, throws up, and doesn't make it out of the church, and throws up in the middle of the aisle.
I remember when that scene started, and he's going up to, you see like behind someone outside, and he's like, "Oh, I need help." And like you hear the voice, and like I think I even said, "I'm like,
I think
oh
it
no,
was Spencer.
oh
or
no,
something
who are we
like
talking to here?"
Yeah. Just like a calm, nice voice. "Hey, my name's Spencer. How you doing?" It's just like real relaxed.
Can I pet your dogs?
Yeah. Oh, your dogs talk? Yeah, all dogs talk. Oh, weird. All right, well, thank you. Like, it's a nativity scene. It's all statues. I think his eyebrows, like the reaction his face constantly is making through that, I thought was like, man, it's got to be tough. Every scene, you got to bring this intensity of like panic.
Yeah.
Your eyes are all over the place. Like, I was like, man, I think that was got to be a workout for an actor to keep that level of drugged out paranoia intensity for every scene.
That's just a daily thing for Rogan, though.
In my head, I'm thinking that I've never done recreational drugs, and so I see it. I'm like, I gotta believe this is what it looks like. I gotta believe it because I have no idea.
KMax, do you have a funniest scene for you?
Mine was a little bit, I guess, a little bit more benign. Was the piano scene, like the mimicking from Big. They're playing that jam. And I like how like the whole, it almost becomes like a montage, like the whole, then the guy grabs that little mini walkie-talkie or the little megaphone and starts rapping the part of it. And I was like, it was funny, but it was also a really cool, I thought it was a really cool scene. It felt very Christmassy. It was playful, festive. Plus it was hilarious watching them like, I like watching joy. I like seeing joyfulness. Yeah. And they looked like three guys that were just in the moment, enjoying each other's company, and it looked like they'd maybe done it every night, the 20 years since he lost his parents. It looked like this performance was like maybe they would play a song together on this, like from Big, on the keyboard.
Nice.
Hey, I guess it's not my favorite scene, but I thought it was funny because it gave me the biggest smile of the whole thing. I guess it was the most wholesome part of the whole movie, maybe. Or, well, let me correct that. The only wholesome part of this movie. I enjoyed it.
I think my favorite funniest scene was when they're at Chris's mom's house having dinner, and Rogan gets the texts, the pictures, and like like just his conversation with it, and he's like thinking in his head,
it's almost convincing. That was convincing him to be gay.
Just kept going.
So I think that made me laugh the most.
That was cracking up too.
How about
what was the one line? Because he was like, "This is what you're doing tonight," and he's like, "I guess the decision's been made."
I guess Isaac's doing. Start speaking in the third person.
Yeah. Those are good jokes. There's good joke setups in there.
Yeah, I don't want to quote it too much.
Yeah, right.
At least that scene.
Maybe we should give like I don't know what the word is. My brain's been foggy lately since I'm on all these medications.
Little blue pill. All right, how about
keeps my back erect? Thanks.
Well, no, you got support, so you're. This movie's a bad influence.
That's
on us.
it. It's late too. It's witching hour.
All right. Well, how about our other favorite scene then? The one that doesn't have to be revolving around laughter.
I enjoyed the scene when it does a flashback to it might be the night that his parents passed, when they're at the apartment with him, and they're all younger. And I mean, they said that they told him we can be your family now. We're your family now. And I like the feels of it. I like the way they kind of tied it in. They showed that scene in a couple of different views. Early on, they did it once, and they did it late. That same scene of his life. And towards the end of the movie, they showed it that same season when he's like crying, kind of, and Rogan and Mackie are with him, and they kind of just like, he kind of breaks down a little bit, and they use humor to kind of like bring him out of it. They kind of like, they're there for him, and they gotta hug him up, but they go right back to making little jokes with him to help him, and he smiles a little bit, and then they start kind of getting their footing under them. And I like that scene because it feels real, because as someone who appreciates their guy friends and sees the value in how we have to lift each other up and how we have to, maybe we don't say it the way that a lot of people do, but we are very much each other's support. And I like seeing that in film, that, they're not afraid to care. And sometimes guys don't care the same way that other people do, but they definitely do care. And we carry each other in ways that are non-traditional, I guess. We pick on each other, we bust chops with each other. That might be when we're at our best, when we're busting on each other a little bit. And it was cool to see that scene and see how they all played it, because they were certainly picking on his character, but they wanted to, in no uncertain terms, make sure he knew he wasn't alone. And I just thought how opposite from some of the movies we've seen, where you're like, I want someone to be there and love the person hurting. Like even in like Midsummer, I wanted her to have more support when she lost, but it was like she didn't have nearly the support that this guy did with his two goofball frat boy druggy friends. They were there as best they could. They were there as best they could for him.
I think, it wasn't just his character. Is it Ethan? Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character. It wasn't just him, though, and I think what you're talking about, it relates to all three of them, because the big thing was communication, because at the end you had this wrap-up of them being able to finally express themselves verbally and emotionally to their friends, their loved ones, their family. So Ethan's character going to the girl's house at the end and explaining, like, okay, here's how I'm feeling, and her responding positively to that. Then you had what's Anthony Mackie's character? Chris. Going back to his mom and saying, here's how, it doesn't show it, but he explains how everything she did made him feel, and like confronts. That was another thing throughout, was being able to confront the tough stuff, which has been a underlying theme through a lot of our episodes so far this season, of being able to face the pain and confront and do the icky.
Lean into the
like you said, that was one of your phrases, leaning into the conflict. And then you had Rogan's character, Isaac, finally saying to his wife, like, I'm not ready, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm so lost and I'm afraid, and being able to, and this is one of my scenes, by the way, is him being the one that shows her the video. And then her reception of it.
It's so funny.
And her reception of it being like, oh, I'm glad you feel that way. Like, because this is how I feel. And it was kind of awkward if you didn't feel scared, And, so I think that was one of my scenes. But similar, though, I think, where it's these guys learning to let the guards down a little bit and rely on your friends and your family, and actually allow them to help you get through tough stuff. Which, again, a lot of what we've been talking about the past few episodes.
Yeah.
I think I summed it up in like Christmas morning, everything is realized in its appropriate perspectives. So they all, but it's kind of all three of them being like, here's what, and I'm probably wrong for that. Like them kind of like realizing it in their appropriate reactions that should have been viewed prior to that.
Well, I feel like what you said, that ties into your connection with A Christmas Carol a little bit too. Christmas morning, it's like the spirits did it. Not too late.
I will dive into that.
Cool.
When we talk about cinematic. Tin Man, did you have a specific scene that was your favorite?
So one that I kind of liked, I felt like I was trying to follow the story enough to get a twist on it, and it's when one guy was like, Chris was like, oh, I got to go get the drugs for what's his name? The girl, she stole the drugs, so he takes off. he's like, I gotta find my phone. He takes off and leaves Ethan alone. So Ethan's like, okay. He's pissed off. He's walking through the city and then runs across these two Santas and was like, you guys are ruining the Christmas spirit. Starts a fight with these two guys. They beat him up, and in the middle of the fight, they're like, I kind of feel like this isn't... It's about something else, buddy. Like, why are you fighting with us? It feels like this is about something else. And he gets beat up.
That's a great scene.
I remember thinking, I was like... Because as the story keeps going on, you're like, oh, they got to be here for Ethan. And as the story goes, you're like, oh... Isaac's kind of messed up, and Chris is kind of messed up too. And once they are like deep in their mess ups, and you're like, maybe Ethan's got it together. You're like, no, he doesn't. He's hiding it a little better, but he does not.
Like, nope. And he just proposed to that girl.
Yeah,
I blame Miley for that. He was caught up in the moment.
Hey, it'd be weird if she didn't say yes.
Yeah,
You had to agree to that.
Yeah.
I get it. The fact that he thought she absolutely was like, yeah.
He's like, don't worry, I'll get you a ring. Like,
Like, hold on, what's wrong with you?
I'm not marrying you.
But that fight with the Santas, I'm like, nope, he's in just over his head just as much as the other two guys are. He is struggling. It is clearly about something else. And
he said the throw. I always said the ad libbed or the little throwaway, like as a scene, like the what is it, like the outro of each scene has the little silly things in that scene right there where he's like, frat boys. Yeah. He goes, I'm an orthopedic surgeon. He's third grade.
Third grade. I'm molding young minds.
I did want to throw in
So great.
another one of my favorite, though, is Mr. Green.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I think more so in the first season, I talk about grabbing hold of a thread and kind of pulling it and see where it leads. So this one, it was taking note that it was Michael Shannon. And at first it was like, okay, it's a cameo. But then something that I bookmarked was you had three guys, and maybe I'll go in a little bit more in depth later, but it was like, you had one focus on the past, one focus on the present, one focus on the future. And there's a point when Mr. Green, in his first encounter with the guys, was with Chris in the car, and he says something along the lines of being the present. I can't remember the exact quote. So I bookmarked that too.
Isn't every Christmas weed in the present?
Yeah.
just this weed.
Yeah.
But it was like as soon as I saw Isaac leave to go to the car, I was like, all right, we got structure to this story now, and now you can piece things together. So it was kind of created for a yummy payoff, because now it was, okay, now I'm waiting for Ethan to get his moment with his ghost. Yeah. And so that's why I like the first scene with Mr. Green, because it kind
Even
of
foreshadowed. He's like, well, tell Isaac I'll see him in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, we know what to look forward to. We can just let things happen now, at least for me anyway.
And it gives the film, I mean, it's funny, I would have never seen something like that or appreciated it before, I guess before the pod, but also it's cool not even being aware of it. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, you've got these jokes, you got the profanity, you got the laugh. But when you start feeling that structure hang a little bit more, you're like, I'm buying in more. I'm not even sure why. But things like that, it's got more. Your brain, your senses are ready to follow along a little bit more.
Yeah, when
now.
something feels like it's intentional, you're like, okay, there's
there
a
it is,
reason
yeah.
for this. It's
The
not
intentional
just
part.
silliness that's thrown in here. Oh, we need to have a dealer that they see occasionally.
And that this crew, like Adam Sandler has his crew, and different people have their crew of, they make films together. They tend to make films. This crew right here, several of their films have always felt that way to me. Like, I don't see where the hinges are, where the studs in the wall are, and that I'm glad Voz brought that up, because that did give it some structure.
And we'll talk more about how that structure relates to things that we know.
Nice.
But let's relate this. No, let it go. Let's relate this to our episodes on grief. And Tin Man may not be as familiar with them, but I know me and KMax have been down a long and lonesome road with Grief in our podcast here.
Good gravy.
So where and how did you see Grief? What did you notice about it?
Well, I mean, obviously with Joseph Gordon, his character, Ethan,
Mm-hmm.
when he loses his parents, obviously, right? It's a heavy thing. And they're killed by a drunk driver. You know, he's still pretty young when it happens, it seems. And he just seems lost. He just seems lost. And, you know, and you see him, you know, these guys become his family. And, you know, 20 years later, it's a little bit long time. We talked about that. Like, when does it become an issue and not just grieving? When does it become like a mental health issue kind of a thing?
Yeah. When is it?
Because it's like the 20 years in, and you can see he's still not healing. He's still relying too much and depending on too much. And even when they talk about this is the last one, we've told him almost like an intervention. We told him to expect it, and he keeps saying things like, "We'll have a new tradition," and they're like, they get like really scared about that, and they're like, and he goes, "Nah, I'm just kidding."
It's a joke, guys.
Yeah. But I mean, also, I think I always feel bad because I'm like, I don't blame him. You know, it's not like he added a family, but then he's trying to fill it with those two guys. And he's trying to fill it with Lizzie's character. Mm-hmm. That's the way he should have probably gone.
Well, he wasn't moving on with her character,
right?
He was staying in that like.
Yeah, I felt real sad for him though too. Even in that, it's like, you know, the reason why that fell apart is because he didn't want to meet her parents. But I'm like, there's all kind of trauma there that he's dealing with, you know. And the fact that, you know, he lost his parents. It's like, I gotta go.
Well, it's not her job to be his therapist.
No, you're right. You're right. No, that's right on the money.
Well, I mean, you see a kind of a pause in his life.
Yeah.
And you can infer that over the course of when his tragedy happened and when we see their lives at the moment of the story, that not much has really changed, and he's relied on repetition and kind of been stuck, you know, and not really been able to move forward, right? So he's stuck where he is, and he's relying on things that are familiar to him, and so it's, quote, tradition, which is kind of more like a safety net, like, you know. Tin Man, I know you weren't in our discussion on Grief, but what did you know from your perspective? What do you see about Grief in there?
So, Ethan's character is carrying the majority of grief that if I were to find it, it's going to be in that story. And I mean, you guys kind of hit the nail on the head, but
I do think it's interesting though, because we gravitate towards that one because that is the bigger issue to have grief.
It's kind of the catalyst for the story for the most part.
That too.
But the other guys are dealing with grief.
The other guys do have, and we talked to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Chris seems to be lacking in his ability to go any further in his football career. So he's doing steroids and other stuff.
Yeah.
And he's trying to hide that from everyone. He's using like social media and other things to kind of like promote his like brand, who he is, and it feels like he's hiding the more truer version of himself that his mom sees. Yeah. Go take this to the homeless shelter. We're going to pray together. Yeah, all the stuff that he should be taking care of, the inside, not the outside so much. And I don't know if I grief, so to speak, but that's his way of kind of adapting or trying to solve the problems as he's putting more and more Band-Aids on top of everything. The outside's looking great. Everything's going good for him. This guy's got everything under control. And underneath,
which speaks to him using steroids because the outside looks great, but you're pumping it full of fake, you know, like you're cheating.
Yep. There's like a fake poison or whatever you want to call it that's kind of ruining the inside of him. Even that, and in the way I don't want to have to deal with handing food to people on Christmas. I don't want to have to deal with this. Like he's kind of, the insides aren't being taken care of. The stuff that's morally better for him, but the outside looks better. That's why he needs to get that weed so bad for this guy. And we finally gets there, realizes, the guy's got, I forgot I even asked you for that.
Yeah.
Like it meant more to him than even staying with his friends, especially the one whose parents died, and that's why we're here in the first place. He's like, no, I got to get the weed because I gotta be good with this guy.
Yeah.
The Messiah, the Messiah, right?
throws his...
How about where did you see grief with Isaac?
Just his fear for the future, for his new kid. It clearly says it in his own video. He's like, I'm not ready to have a kid. We need to get rid of it. We need to get rid of it. Like, the solution to rise to the occasion is to get rid of it completely. And that's a drug-fueled, scared reaction on a camera is what he's doing.
And also, so turning to
a ton
distraction.
Of drugs. A ton of drugs.
And this could be, I mean, we talked, it could be anything, like in Talk to Me, she's reaching for that high, that connection with her, what she thinks is the ghost of her mom. And this one, pretty on the nose here. He's distracting his mind with drugs. And
Well, what you could even put it as is like he's been trying to put on this fake face of being the steadfast rock for this woman, that when it finally gets to let it down, the floodgates open. And that's why it's so much drugs, so much everything's pouring out, because he's been putting on the strongest face he possibly can, way longer than he can, and not being honest with her about it. And that's why it just kind of floods out.
I feel like they're all grieving their lost youth. All of them are. All three of them are.
Oh, that's a good
That's
point.
the good thing about a dude movie, is I think a good one does show a little bit of their growing up, their coming of age, almost like a farewell to arms. It's like, we used to be this.
Well, that was kind of throughout the movie. They're like, well, this is the last time.
Yeah.
We're moving on. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Now let's circle this back to laughter then. How do grief and laughter collide here in this movie?
Good question. I mean, I think it collides in a very very organic way, that the way that we would use as three guys on say where I think that's where
something came to mind. I'll bring it up later.
Okay. Like
it's something you said at a wake.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my!
I'm terrified
From the
right now.
back of the room, and I started laughing. I'll bring it up.
Do we give him the floor now?
Yeah, let's give him the floor now.
So I'm at Ralph's wake.
Oh,
Is
dear.
it Ralph's? No, it was Eamon's wake.
Okay.
It's at Eamon's wake, and I'm sitting with my wife. I forgot who else I was sitting with. And in the back of the room, I can hear Chris talking to Courtney and be like, "Courtney, look out! You guys are dropping like flies."
I don't remember saying that.
Are you sure it was KMax?
I 100% said, because I looked back, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And she cracked up. Lisa cracked up.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They
okay.
were laughing like in the back, and I'm like, "Oh, thank God!" I mean,
Yeah, I know my
You
audience.
just hear.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty smooth.
but it was very organic. It was one of those moments because people were upset. There was crying. There was laughter. There was crying. There was laughter. Nobody, and it was one of them families that it's one of his families. He's one of those families where if someone's laughing, it's because they're telling a funny, heartfelt story or something that's connected to the family. There's no malice that anyone could misinterpret.
Right.
So it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Watch out, Courtney. You guys are dropping like flies.
Well, that reminds me of. Did you hear the Conan?
Yeah.
Conan and Bateman,
Bateman
and
and
Awesome.
Will Arnett.
Joe
So
Bluth.
good. So good. The whole. I mean, it's funny too because it's like a clinic. I always think it's like a clinic on grief, and using what supports you have, and people coming alongside you, and the way. I mean, Arnett could have sent him 50 cards and. Hugged him up and cried and sobbed at the
Thoughts and prayers.
Said all the right things, but he connected in the way that they're used to connecting. And you could see even in that moment, Conan you could see him loving it again.
Literally never heard this until 3 hours ago when the boat was over. The boat told me about it. Literally just now, like today.
I told you, serendipitous.
Yeah, but cool though, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
the way
hilarious.
Arnett kind of sets it up and he talks about it, it's just so funny. And he's like Bateman. And he tells him when he goes, hey, what does he tell him about his sister? Asking for his sister's address then?
Yeah. Well, he said, what did he say? Bateman killed my parents or something.
Yeah.
So Bateman responded, what's your sister's address?
Yeah. And Conan said he just absolutely loved it. And Arnett was saying, because he asked him permission during the podcast. He goes, is that all right? If he goes, oh, please do. You know, it was just, I thought it was so cool to see them communicate that way. And I've actually forwarded that to other people also, like Doc Tonema also, and he goes, this is a clinic on how friends carry each other.
If any listeners aren't aware, Conan O'Brien lost one parent, another parent. I can't remember. In
like
pretty
days
close
apart,
succession, yeah.
Within a couple days.
And his interaction with his friend Jason Bateman and Will Arnett seems dark, but if you want to give it a listen, it's on YouTube. It's wherever, you know, just searching Conan O'Brien and it should come up.
It's so good.
So pretty similar, I think, what we see here. A couple of friends, you know, making jokes. They had the flashback where you go to his house and you know, they're joking around like, I'll be your daddy and he'll be your mom.
Oh yeah.
So, like right away, like treating it with lightheartedness and laughter as a means to keep you afloat, you know. Any other callbacks to grief before we keep going?
I just thinking of like the athlete. I mean, we see a lot of that. The lacrosse world, the all-encompassing lacrosse world at Tuscarora and other places. You know, so many people with their identity is in their ability to play a game, which is wonderful. But I've always almost felt it a little bit comical as you see people aging out of their prime and grasping at, what am I now? Mm-hmm. Who am I now? You're grieving like unrealized potential. Mm-hmm. You're grieving that right now, and you don't have the balls to say it, that you're grieving it. That you could have been more, that you could have put time in, you didn't have a habit that maybe pulled you from it, or you didn't have the stick-to-itiveness to keep playing ball in college maybe, or whatever. And maybe as a barber, I hear the stories. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, you are enough. You are more now as a father. You are more now as a husband. You are more now as a, whatever your job is. You are 10 times more now, and you have all this respect from me and the world at large than this one little identity marker. Mm-hmm. And you know, people sometimes maybe don't grieve that, and I don't know if they should grieve it. You miss it. It's okay to miss it. It's okay to sit there and maybe have a hot dog at Clan League and watch it and enjoy it. But I think when it comes out as maybe bitterness, that's where I wonder just a little bit, like there's some unresolved grief there. Maybe. What do I know? But I mean, when we're asking what we see when we see in the movie, the black fella, Chris, I don't think he's ready to let go of that spotlight of being an athlete. So he's got to cheat a little bit. He's got to find a way to. Mm-hmm. So he's unable to let that go. Maybe, I don't know.
Nice. And that must have been a very touchy subject because they couldn't joke about that at all.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't.
All right. Well,
that is
even if you
well, that's what I'm saying. You can hammer it up.
Just
yeah. You could probably elbow it if you want. People's elbow it would still ring.
So I've got cinematic tools as our next one, but I got kind of a list here. So we'll see how I'm going to try and organize it as best I can on the go here.
All right.
First I'm going to do is how it mimics the Christmas Carol story. And it's got the framework from that. And I think, you're mentioning, well, how come this feels like it's working on me? How come it feels like I recognize this and I feel good at certain points? And you have these three characters, and you have these lives that are being affected by, one is the past, one is the present, one is the future. And you have this character that almost supernatural that enters their lives and kind of gives it a little bit of guidance, just nudge them in a certain direction, and they kind of gain perspective on whatever it is that's bothering them, and go, just like Christmas Carol, you're visited overnight, and you wake up in, I think was it Christmas morning they woke up?
It was Christmas morning. Yeah.
So they wake up Christmas morning, and it's, I've changed. I've got a new perspective on life.
Yeah.
And they go to their loved ones, back to their loved ones, and and figure out how to be, the best father that ever was, or, however it's phrased in the story. So each of them has those little things. So it mimics the Christmas story or the Christmas Carol story pretty tightly, I think. Not even very loosely.
Not loosely. Like, it's a little more tighter than I thought it was. Yeah.
Here's Jacob Marley. Any comments on that portion before I keep going?
I really did like Michael Shannon's character, though.
Yeah, me too.
My serious quietness is off-putting to some people. Smoke this. It's like,
Yeah.
I should be off-putting.
It's really good.
Ferns.
Jennifer Lawrence on that?
Two Ferns reference there.
She used to be off-putting.
I love the way that he talked, too. Like his line delivery on everything.
Yes, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I think it was Isaac who got in the car with him. He's like, "You're busted. I'm 5-0."
Yeah.
What? No, are you serious? No, I'm kidding.
Let me see if I have any. I'm just making sure I don't have anything else on the Christmas Carol aspect of it.
There's like a hearken to the supernatural too when he earns his wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I loved it. It felt very.
Was he ever really there?
Sure.
There's so much drugs involved.
Yeah, right.
I liked how they used a lot of Christmas symbols, and I don't know. It showed that Christmas doesn't disguise hard times, and so we start off with Ethan dressed as an elf, and just the connotation of Santa's elf, right? Like, you're not in charge. You're a peon. You do the hard work while the upper guy gets the credit. So just that connotation already gives you the feeling of where Ethan is in his life.
Yeah.
And then you have the guy coming out like, "Give us your elf face,"
Which is an adorable elf face, by the way.
Like, I say jump,
Yeah.
you say how high, and like, so like you can convey so much just by dressing up this guy like an elf, and you already get a feeling of what's going on with his character.
Yeah.
And then you had the Santas kind of displaying like the fallacy of how Christmas is the only time that I'm happy, so it has to be perfect, and you guys have to be here while I celebrate this. You are my happiness right here. It's Christmas. Why are you guys ruining Christmas? And so you have these two Santas that are
doing a bar crawl just with other people
they're
dressed like
peeing
Santa.
on the outside the window or whatever. So I thought they did a good job of incorporating not the falseness, but like that Christmas can't just disguise what's hurting you, and make it better. And it forces him to confront those actual difficult feelings and thoughts. And like a little smaller detail note I liked too was the bouncers from the Nutcracker Ball were reindeer.
Yeah.
Like kind of a similar thing. Like, no, this isn't happy. And I like to me the Nutcracker Ball was kind of like a symbol for like getting back to society. So Ethan hunting for these tickets for 20 years, kind of like an invitation to get back into society. Like, I might be ready, I'm not sure. Like, I got these tickets. It means like I'm on the road to maybe incorporating myself back into a social setting. So to me, the Nutcracker Ball was like, hey, is it just like society getting back into it, being a normal person again? Because that's where Diana's waiting for him, is at this ball. And that's all of them working through their issues and kind of arriving back to this place with everyone in it. And then leading up to that party, Do you remember how they were getting there?
The L train.
The train, and then even when they got
Get there
to the...
it's like a convenience store.
Yeah.
You gotta go through the back of the convenience
And that
store.
little train.
And then
another
then
train.
another little train.
Yeah.
So planes, trains, automobiles, we went through the symbolism of using different transportation, but you're progressing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're moving somewhere. You're going somewhere. Somewhere specific, too, not just I'm aimlessly going places.
Yeah.
You're on this train going to that destination. And I thought that was fitting for if I thought the Nutcracker Ball was them trying to live a normal life again and get back into it, then they're on this train heading that way. And they had the confrontation on the L train of kind of like, well, here's real life. You take steroids, that's fake.
Yeah,
You
that was
can't
That
accept
was
it.
a very heavy scene.
And then he comes right back at him about how he's been stuck in the past. So they're on the destination of life, right? On this train going back to what it's going to take for them to move forward.
I thought it was significant that Mr. Green said that
Mentioned that
latest
he
train
added
was
it.
just added this year.
Yeah.
So it's like the
it was
year
just
that
for
they
them.
finally,
Yeah.
just for, yeah. And the fact that he's a supernatural character, in a sense, makes it even more fitting.
I like it.
Yeah, it makes it even more fitting. I thought the line about Great Gatsby was not thrown away. I thought that it was significant that Mr. Green kind of said, yeah, this is my party. This is my party. And he goes, I read The Great Gatsby, and he goes, I wanted to do something. He goes, he has these big parties, and no one even knows who's throwing the parties,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I thought, I don't think that's a throwaway. I'd like to think about that a little bit more.
What'd you guys think about the music?
Beautiful Christmas music, like the one that I could hear it was similar to like any good classic Christmas movie. You'd hear the Christmas music play in the background, iconic, and sometimes there were iconic songs done by different artists though than the mainstream kind of Christmas movies. It's a little bit quirky, just a little bit different, a little bit off, but still the classics.
Oh, Tin Man.
Yeah. They added a lot. There's every scene there's something new, or they did the one rap at the one scene. They did like with karaoke. They did like a karaoke one for a Christmas song too.
It was like their another tradition.
That was one of their traditions. I
Christmas
think
in Hollis.
I think at the church when the one I had talked about earlier, I think they were singing "Oh Holy Night." She was trying to until he threw up in the middle of it. But like, there's quite a few regular traditional songs in there too. Mixed in.
Well, we've talked about the themes, right, of losing how'd you word it? Losing the past. I can't remember how you worded it, but it's with the choice of music here. You had a lot of classics, right, but then you had them incorporating like current stuff, right? So I think it's that incorporation of everything together and not separating them as much. But I really liked at the end there. I forget the name of the song, but the placement of the lyrics at very specific points I thought was very good. When Ethan goes to Diana's house at the end and explains everything, the lyrics on the screen say, "No sorrow, no grief, no pain." Right? And that's as soon as they embrace.
Please Go Home for Christmas by the Eagles. That's the song.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that exact placement of those words at that point when he's finished communicating and they kiss, like, I think I want to kiss you right now, or however he words it. But it's those words at that exact moment, and there's no other dialogue so that you can hear those exact words right there. And then that happens again when Chris is with his mom and they're having their little Christmas dinner there. Again, he says what he says, and then there's the words again: no sorrow, no grief, no pain. And you think about the context in which those lyrics are said at those exact moments. You had Ethan communicating with Diana and finding their connection again. And then you had Chris finding his connection again with his mom.
That's a cool observation. Jeepers. Like, I think there was some Christmas tunes, and it made me feel yum yum.
KMax too good.
I feel good. Sing Jingle Jangle.
And I think also just music in general, though, and comedies especially. You think of all the classic comedies, there's always some scene where the main characters are singing karaoke or singing in the car. A lot of road trip movies do that. Tommy Boy. And you had a few scenes like that in here where the characters are singing karaoke, or they're, at the end, they sing that little song to the baby.
Oh, that's right.
So I think that's kind of a staple for a lot of comedy movies, like getting that laughter and seeing people having joy. And
oh gosh,
singing with joy brings laughter, brings smiles, brings joy. And I think one of the last things I got a couple camera things here I wanted to bring up. You had the use of cuts. The most notably when they're in Rockefeller, right in front of the tree, and they're going through like what their plans are. You had a lot of quick cuts. There must have been every half second there's a cut to a different character who cuts to a different character. And I feel like it's to increase your energy and get you ready for the rest of the movie where all the fun and laughter is going to come in. So it's increasing the audience's energy by cutting and changing things on the screen. So you're trying to follow what's going on. So subconsciously you're getting a little bit more hyped up a little bit.
It's interesting.
And because if it's not cut at all, you think of stillness, relaxation. You're just watching what's on the screen. But if it's cutting, it's close-ups. It's the camera's moving around them at one point when they kind of gather their plans together, like, oh, we're going to do this. The camera starts going around them. And so it's this movement, the constant cutting that increases the energy level of your audience.
That's super cool.
And then I think there's a lot of eye-level shots where it's almost like you're with them. So you're experiencing this with them. Like us having this conversation, I'm eye level with you, I'm eye level with you. And you're feeling like you're there with them, experiencing what they're experiencing. And I think the quick cuts are like that also because when you have a conversation with multiple people, you're looking here, you look over there, and you look here, and you're focused on this face. Now you're focused on that face. And it's not so like such a formal look at things from behind where you just see all three people in one shot.
I wonder if that's a hallmark of like guy movies or like a road trip movies because I think about Hangover when I think of those kind of shots. And even Tommy Boy, some scenes, especially the car scenes, there's very, you're looking back and forth at each other from that certain level instead of outside the car or way in the front. Any movies like that where it's trying to show like a camaraderie? What's the one? Is it Euro Trip 2? There's 3 or 4 movies that come to mind right away that are like dude flicks. That when I think of that shot, that eye level view, maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but it feels like a very common feeling. What Voz said makes you feel like you're part of the conversation. Because that's why guys go to those movies, right? You want to, it feels like us. When this movie, even in the trailer, I was like 3 guys celebrating Christmas, helping each other through some hard times. Cool. I can't wait to see what it is. And what makes us really relate to some of the characters, and I felt that way before. I've had a kid and been terrified. I've grieved athletics. You know what I mean? My getting older, I've grieved that. Or even like I've lost people and I've had to have friends rally around me. So maybe that shot, I don't know. Maybe that shot invites people into the conversation more.
Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts on any of the techniques or whatever that I just mentioned?
I do like how the city played a backdrop, right? Almost like a character again. And you'd see Rockefeller. You'd see all these different iconic places. And even just the cityscape as the cars are, driving. You see a top view. I always enjoy that. I think I said that earlier on. That I like when a place that's iconic for being a Christmas backdrop. It becomes part of the movie. So there were plenty of shots of Christmassy views of New York City.
To me, it mirrored like going through a maze. Like all these characters are trying to recover something that they've lost, and to me the streets, all the ins and outs of where they're going feel like a maze. Like they're trying to find their prize throughout this whole thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Anything else from you, Tin Man?
Nope.
Let's go into laughter then. I'm going to frame this a little bit. So I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions about this, and they're more just personal questions, how you feel with laughter, and it doesn't have to be specific to this movie. It could be in general, but is there an exception for storytelling if a movie makes you laugh?
Is there an exception for storytelling if a movie... So,
Yeah.
will we
So-
settle for a weaker storytelling if it's funny?
Right.
Not if it wants to be real good.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to check both those boxes if it wants to be real good. Having said that, I'm not afraid of laughing my butt off at absolute nonsense. Cabin Boy, for example. A movie couldn't be more poorly written than Cabin Boy, in my opinion. And yet, I don't know if I've ever laughed harder. Now, the son looking at him, now I know what you're thinking. Scenes like that. And yet, I feel embarrassed to tell anybody that I think that's one of my favorite funny movies because it's an awful movie. It's not written well at all. It's not acted well. It's acted poorly. But there's lines and nonsense you can tell Conan and Andy Richter are involved that just make me crack up. But if something's going to be a good movie, I think it's got to be written like this. This was written pretty well for something that I thought was going to be I hate to use the term crude, but like a dick joke movie. It had some things, it had some meat on the bone.
Yeah.
Had some meat dangling from the bone.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question that you pose, though. I am willing to give a little bit of grace to some lesser writing or lesser plot if it's going to make me laugh. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think it holds up as well, unless it has a good story. Like Christmas Vacation is an awesome, funny Christmas movie because it has the moments, it has the squirrel, it has the, Sugar's Full, it has all that stuff. You serious, Clark? Because this who can relate? You can relate to the family coming over on Christmas and how crazy it can be. That's good writing.
Yeah.
So it carries a little bit more because it's written well. That if you know me, I love a good laugh though too.
It's funny because I'll bite my tongue sometimes when you got family over or whatever. Or you talk with people and like, oh yeah, I do a movie podcast. Oh, you should watch this one.
Oh yeah,
it's a great movie, and it'd be it's like a slapstick comedy of sorts that may not have the greatest writing, the greatest characters, the greatest acting, but it makes you laugh. Oh, that's a great movie.
right.
Oh, like
Well,
okay.
But I think that one of the things that we've learned is that one of the things that I've learned is I don't even know. I know a little bit more now, but I never even knew what would draw me to or push me from certain movies. Someone would say, "Oh, you'll love this one." Like, all right, let's give it a try. Find myself in the middle of it, turning it off and never turning it back on. Because part of me is like, well, who are you to tell me that I'm going to love it? And Jerry Seinfeld has this thing when someone says, "Whenever, oh, you got to try it, you got to watch this." He's like, "No, I don't." Yeah. Anyway,
Tin Man, what do you think? Does a movie get a free pass if it makes you laugh?
I feel like it gets more of a pass if it's my type of humor. Like it has to be jokes that for whatever reason hit or resonate more with me. If it feels more like my brand, then I'll give it more of a pass. If it's less of my brand, it has to perform elsewhere to bridge that gap, I guess.
Okay.
I like that.
I think I feel like I'd have to go case by case, but I'll bring up Scary Movie 3, which is a go-to movie for me to make me laugh, and it's like it's a spoof movie of different movies at the time that it was made. And so that's the point of it, is to make you laugh because it's referencing those movies in a different context,
Yeah.
you know, and it's obviously not going to win any awards or anything, but
doesn't that feel like your brand? They even
Right.
spoof one of your favorite movies is a good chunk of that
Yeah.
movie, you know? So it's like,
so like
it's really at you.
so if it's that case, then yeah, that gets a free pass. You
Yeah.
know, if your objective is to make me laugh at your jokes about these movies, boom, great
That's
job.
right. That's right. Yeah. So they get a ton of grace. You're like, yeah, mission accomplished.
But then you throw in like superhero movie, and I get 20 minutes into it, and I'm thinking, when do the jokes start coming?
Yeah, right.
And I can't handle it, and then it becomes, that was a terrible movie, because, well, your goal was to make me laugh at parodying these movies or these tropes, and it's not happening. So to me, it's not great. But I've heard other people say, "Oh, I really like that one." So I think for me, it's got to be a case by case basis,
Sure.
based on my sense of humor. So
That makes
Same
perfect
thing.
sense, though.
Yeah.
now for you guys, because we talk a lot about theme in the movies we watch, does laughter? This might be a case by case basis, but so maybe we'll stick with this one, the movie we just watched. Does laughter and comedy boost the theme of a movie, or does it detract from it? Like, does it distract you from actually getting the message that they're trying to send to you?
It can. It can, right? I mean, it can do both. That's why I think you said it's got to be a case by case basis. Like for this one, for example, I think that the laughter carried the movie, and it also made, I think, men who sometimes are afraid to be vulnerable. The laughter makes it so that it's a spoonful of sugar that helped the medicine go down, so the medicine is the theme is like we need to continue to carry each other. You know what I mean? Like friendships are great, and they are a great resource. You know, to help. Sometimes all you have is your friends, and sometimes it's all you need. And so, the laughter though helped people understand that you can lean on your friendships. That the laughter, the jokes, help you see that these guys aren't moving forward until Christmas morning. Now all of a sudden they find themselves awoken to it. And they see the light and they can move forward. But I don't know if you get. So I think theme is enhanced by laughter in a movie like this. But you certainly can see where laughter can undermine an otherwise really, really deep, heavy message. Where laughter can sometimes maybe take away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, case by case, though, I think.
I think for this one, it sets the premise of its theme early, and then it returns to it for the last 20 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. And everything in between makes you laugh, right? A lot of different jokes. So I think with this one, it doesn't detract from it because it focuses so hard on returning back to its message at the end. And I think the use of laughter, again, everything's subjective when it comes to comedy. When you laugh, something makes you laugh, you open up a little bit, right? So the more you open up to something, the more you let in, things like theme, message, whatever they're trying to sell you on their story. But if you're not laughing at something, it's a little bit harder to make you realize something or be open to accepting their message, right? So I think that in that case, laughter can I don't know if I would say boost, but I would say open the door a little bit more for you. Again, case by case basis, because this movie made sure it returned back to its core at the end there, and showed these people, finding what they lost, grieving a little bit better, finding their happy place, getting over the hardships or fears that they had. So you made sure you dedicated time to do that, rather than just kind of ending. Oh, they hit the party and they had fun and that's it. Because I'm sure there's movies out there where they end on that high note and don't really return back to what it was, what the conflict was, what the resolution actually is. So I think this one does it well, though. I
didn't expect it. I didn't expect it to round out so nicely, this particular film. Mm-hmm. As we were watching it, I was like, I remember kind of watching it thinking, this is hilarious, laughing at some parts, but catching myself thinking, well, I see how this is going to end. I see this kind of movie is it's going to leave me, it's going to leave it hanging. And I'm also feeling myself feeling sleepy. And I'm thinking, I love these actors. I think it's hilarious. And then when I started feeling a little bit more structure that it was going somewhere, and I was like, I was dialed right in. And I thought, good for them. Good for the filmmakers And I thought they buttoned it up pretty nice, too.
Yeah.
I didn't see
that coming. It feels a lot more better buttoned up the second time I watched it.
Cool.
Than when I did 10 years ago. 10 years ago, right? It was 2015?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2015. I know.
I mean, we'd seem to be illegal in New York at the time, according to the movie.
Right.
Well, to be fair, just about everything they did in that movie was illegal.
Yeah, that's true.
They started off with stealing someone's tickets. Yeah. We'll do all the drugs, crash the Humvee limo, and leave the scene.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought it was good that they had the fake high point when Miley Cyrus convinces him to propose.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. And then 10 seconds later, she's like, no, I'm not marrying you. Like, I had to say yes. You put me in that situation.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like...
Miley to hate me?
Yeah. So, like,
I liked how his rebuttal, he's like, that's fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's understandable.
Yeah.
So I like that they're like, yeah, no, that's...
Yeah.
Life ain't like that.
Yeah. You have all these issues you've not resolved yet. And you thought you were going to get the end goal without fixing these problems.
Yeah.
Huh?
You thought the
big grand gesture was just going to solve all the issues of your past that you haven't reconciled.
We've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
We've seen that countless times.
I thought that the humor made it more entertaining. Like if they took the humor out and it's just a story of guys dealing with problems and then coming to solutions and then not getting them, it wouldn't be as entertaining of a movie. I felt like the humor kept the entertainment up here.
Certainly wouldn't have gotten us to watch it.
Right.
Now, do you think you're able to find a theme throughout the movie, or not really? I'll open this up to both of you. Because if I'm going to ask if laughter detracts from that, I guess I should ask if you...
Okay, so we got to come up with a theme and then see if... Then a secondary question after that.
Yeah.
All right, a theme?
I just feel like the...
Wait. I want you to write a theme. KMax, you know what I'm referencing?
I'm trying to think of it. It's right there, but I can't.
It's on TV every single year.
I can't.
It's Ralphie's teacher.
Christmas Story.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I want you to write
a theme.
Oh. I can give you mine.
Give me 10 seconds. Give me 20 seconds, but don't count.
I was going to be like the Hobbit. Give us a second, Toast. I give you a good long time.
Yeah.
Wait, I sound like the one from Good Morning Vietnam just now.
By the way, I threw a Gollum reference at the beginning of the podcast. I thought it was pretty spot on.
I got it.
I said it ruins it. Yeah, when you re-listen, you'll hear me. You told me not to count, but...
Okay, issues of the past, present, and future resolved through Christmas.
Are you trying to look at my... I see you looking at my sheet.
Resolved through the lens of the magical time of Christmas.
I'd say the lasting power of true friendship.
Okay.
I always try to keep my themes super simple.
I put leaning on loved ones to relieve the pressures of past, present, and future.
Oh.
All right. And would laughter...
So did laughter detract from that? Detract from you getting to that message? Do you feel like the message
first time
was
I watched it,
enough?
I'd say I did.
That's interesting.
I also wasn't trying to look for a theme. I
Right,
had the
right,
idea
right,
that,
right.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yep.
yeah. You know, Corey's going to quiz me on this after.
It's certainly changed the way I watch movies.
He's going to call me out. Like, I scored forever on my answer.
asking me so many questions.
She made me think.
How dare you make me feel my own feelings?
Feelings.
What about you, KMax?
I'm trying to think with this particular film.
Like-
Yeah, I think a little bit. I think a little
Okay.
bit. I think the gratuitous nature of some of the jokes. I can't help myself. I'm old and I'm old fashioned.
Because it is pretty, like, gratuitous, but, like, just a step over almost too much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like the
extra.
the gag jokes are almost too memorable sometimes, where that's what you're thinking of when they might have heartfelt moments.
Yeah.
And you have to
Possibly, yeah.
like kind of refocus and be like, okay, now we're having a heartfelt
moment
moment here.
here,
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, it's kind of, that's what keeps it, I guess, I'm all over the place. Because it kind of keeps it, in this particular movie, it keeps it
You know what? The
interesting.
third time we watch it, it'll be perfect. We'll get
Is
all the
that true?
themes. We'll get the jokes better.
I just feel like it does get a little distracting sometimes when I get when certain kind of jokes, I guess, situational jokes, I think can carry a theme nicely if it's a situation, but like a comedy, like something that's just so gratuitous, so in your face, kind of something that I would be nervous to laugh at in mixed company.
Yeah.
Sometimes makes me a little bit distracted from
I would say that.
theme of a movie.
Because there's some funny, well-crafted jokes.
Sure.
And there's some that's just like, F word.
I know, and even like the one scene where I can't. Again, I'm nervous to share this on a public on public media, but like the dick pic text, that was absolute comedy gold. The way it was said, and Seth Rogen's acting,
His reaction to it, yes,
as he's reacting to it, looking like, "What should I be?
Yeah.
Should I like this?
Yeah.
Should I do this?
Wait a minute. It's been decided?
Yeah, that scene was absolutely well crafted and well acted, but that it almost stole the show, I guess. That episode moment. If there was anything that was important that was supposed to be happening in that moment, I certainly missed it.
Right.
Because I'm thinking of, oh my gosh, it's so over the top. Right. And introducing Franco into it, his character by itself took from any role that Mindy Kaling's character had to do with moving the plot forward or helping with the theme, because I just thought it was hilarious. It was almost like a comedy break.
Almost way too close to home for Franco.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're like, he's like, the camera's rolling?
Yeah. I'm getting paid for this? What are you talking about?
So I think the last thing I'll ask about laughter then is I'm going to do some comparing here. But in our podcast, do you recall a favorite movie watching experience that was specific to this podcast? So like, I know we've watched a handful of movies together.
A favorite viewing experience?
Yes.
I'll be honest again. It was not a formal thing, but the last time we were together, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was one of the high points of laughter. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time, just at the little silly scenes that were on there. Yeah, I think that was it right there for me.
Okay.
What was it? What did we watch? About a half hour of it together?
Yeah.
We were dying.
Wait. It's a laughter of a movie experience or something that?
Yeah, something that we've watched together. No, doesn't have to be laughter. Just favorite movie watching experience that we've had.
We've done together?
Mm-hmm. I can list some of them if you want me to.
I almost want to change mine to one of the Halloween party games.
Oh my gosh, that's
That
right.
was a blast. Like
Oh.
Voz would have this game.
That's one of mine then.
And we sit there and everybody be dialed in looking for the dumbest thing. When it happened, we'd be like, there it is, you know?
Yep. I don't know if you were there for the one.
I
It's
certainly
still my
wasn't. I was only
favorite.
there for one.
Which one was it that you were at?
Well-
do you remember the horror? Do you remember the movie?
Well, I can describe some of it. There was an older couple, and they put up like a film crew that was in this little shack, and they started killing them off a little bit by a little bit. And one got killed through...
Is this like a 2000s or 80s?
I feel like it was...
never...
Oh, gosh. good gravy, right? So like they were the older folks, and
Do you know which one he's talking about?
I'll have to hear him describe it.
Okay, yeah,
This
we're
is,
both like,
this
okay,
is funny,
so-
though, hearing it from a different perspective.
I'll go the best I can for it. So there was like a film crew, I believe, and they go out to like film at these people's property, and it's in like an older man and older woman, and the older woman has a bit of an appetite for for sexual things, I believe, and the old guy's like got problems or whatever. And I don't know if she kills him that way, because I knew it was one of the things.
I
like,
don't think we used it. Yeah, I don't think we
Okay.
used it for a game, but I think you're talking about X.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I mean, like there
Kid
was some,
Cudi?
there was some really weird scenes.
Speaking of giant things.
I just remember like a game, like seeing.
they were filming a porn or something, weren't they?
Well, there
Like
was
the
definitely
crew
a game. There was definitely a game to that because I had a sheet. That's why I was paying attention at all. And that's
Yes, because one of the questions were like Sunday's panties or something like that. Was one of the-
And also,
That's the
like,
name of the
and, like,
character.
someone
Yeah.
how does so and so get killed? And it was like this, and then one of them was sex. Like,
Yeah.
And it's sure enough, I'm like, she's gonna seduce him, and then he's gonna have a heart attack for us. And we're all like on the edge of our seat, like looking at our answer sheets.
So I'll give this some context to viewers.
for the viewers, yeah.
And this is
They're like,
just,
wait,
this is
what's
just a
going
normal,
on?
this is a normal Monday night at Vozly's.
So for a while there, I didn't do one this year, but annually around Halloween time, I would do a movie game where I would find an obscure horror movie that had a lot of crazy deaths or unexpected happenings in it, and I would format a game specific to that movie where it would be, who you thought the character, who you thought the killer was. Weapons that would be used to kill off characters, describe the characters either from a trope aspect or something specific to the character in the movie.
Right. They're archetypes. They just listed them as archetypes for a while.
Yeah, and then it'd be part Deadpool, so you would figure out who lives, who dies, and so you have these slasher movies that turn into some of the hardest times that I've laughed in movies because there's different stakes involved. So I remember one of them was the fifth Friday the 13th we watched, and I had this board printed off for everybody, and they had to circle who they thought the killer was or who died and all that and who lived. And so I remember one of my cousins, I'll remain nameless on here, but she circled people that I knew did not make it very early in this movie. And so we pointed out, she's only got one character left. And you look on the screen and that character is like riding a motorcycle. Runs, it gets his head chopped off. Like 2 seconds after, it's like, there he goes.
The Slaughter High one was my favorite.
Oh, I think that was the first one I did.
I don't know if it was the first one. I thought the one where it was like a chick. It was like a dude, but it was disguised
was
as a chick.
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
I thought that was the first one.
Okay,
I mean, talk
could be.
about is blast watching a film. This is just absolute.
Oh, we're screaming
Fun
at the
watching.
TV. There's a scene because I remember distinctly. There's a javelin was one of the weapons, and I had circled it. The javelin gets grabbed like 3 times, and and just throw it against the wall, and it misses.
no.
Like, no! There's a guy laying on the ground, and they're on like a balcony. They're going to throw the javelin down, and just misses. And just,
Like she throws it at him.
She throws it at him.
And it's like wide and ding, 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 ding.
Oh no!
So,
See, that's awesome.
That's up there.
So I was going to relate that to like movie watching experiences, and some of the I'm pointing out that some of the most memorable ones are what we make of it, and not specifically what's going on in the movie.
That's true.
So
I'll throw one of these out there too. We weren't here. It wasn't with us, but it was just because I liked this that it existed at one point. We went to a midnight showing of New Moon, The Twilight.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't watch any of these. Like, I don't care. But I go there with my wife. She read the books and stuff. We go there and there's people covered head to toe in Team Jacob, Team Edward clothing.
Love all these. Love
all
the
right,
books. Love the movies.
Regal. This
Get
is Regal at midnight. Okay, we get there. It's all high school and college kids everywhere. We go and sit down. The theater's packed. Everyone's cheering and stuff. A guy we know works there, comes out and goes up and says, "Listen, everybody, if anybody causes a problem, we're calling the cops, we're throwing you out. And if any of you guys out there are single, any of you ladies are single, my number is 716-5. Like, that's how the night started. So it was hilarious. And he gave his real number. We knew him. We're like, oh my gosh, he actually gave his real phone number. So, like, those experiences were really great. Movie theaters, midnight showings, I don't think are a thing anymore. Right? I think that might be a done
They just
thing.
come out the day before or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think you go like at noon on Thursday or something now.
But it was an experience, you know,
Yeah.
and that was like the whole crowd was invested. Everyone was having a good time. Someone showed up without a shirt on. Ah, you know, the girls were yelling, and it was like the movie itself was like, you know, 6 out of 10 or whatever. But the experience was like a 10 out of 10. It was awesome. It was such a good.
And that's what you're there for, is the experience, ultimately, right?
Now, so how do experiences with a lot of laughter involved compared to some of the more serious movies that we watch then? How are those experiences different, and what are some of the strengths of the other side and weaknesses of the other?
Yeah, you feel, like, I think both of them can get a deep emotion from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's sometimes you want to laugh, there's sometimes you just want to feel too. There's movies that you're like, oh, that's heavy, right? And you're not going to crack up laughing at Dead Poet Society, but you're
Right.
going to feel. Mm-hmm. You're going to feel, and those are nice feelings, right? And you get a rare movie that can do a little bit of both. And you're like, oh, you walk out of there, you feel good. After a good movie, when you're leaving the theater, you feel good about it. You like the conversations you're about to have. As opposed to walking out of, we've all walked out of movies. I know I have. I know you have. You talked about one famously.
Yeah. Oh my
And
gosh.
I don't know have you ever walked out of you tend to find the good in everything, Boz.
There is one. Can you guess which
Mamma
one?
Mia?
Superhero movie.
I gotta use the bathroom. Well, I think I've told this story, but my wife and her sister wanted to go see a movie. I'm like, hey, finally, something in my wheelhouse I can enjoy. And then they outvoted me and took me to Mamma Mia.
Do you remember what your vote was for?
That's what I'm wondering.
I had probably anything else. But I remember kind of be like, oh yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. I left for like 20 minutes and came back and kind of like, do I say the same thing again and go? But I think I was just more like in a mood like, hey, I got some hope here of like actually doing something in my wheelhouse that I can, be show off a little bit.
Right.
And then it's that, and I'm like, oh,
So close.
you took it from me.
So close.
Leave it to a wife to find the one
robbed.
thing and the thing you love. To...
Be like, Vozly, we're gonna play sports. Like, yes, volleyball.
Oh gosh.
So I think though that's where comedy and horror can be similar, because they can make you feel things, but it may not be like emotional connection. It might be, with horror you're physically feeling it. You feel scared, your heart rate goes up, and you're jumping, you're closing your eyes, you have a response to what's on the screen. Mm-hmm. And same thing with comedy, though. You may not feel too emotionally connected, but in some movies anyway, but what you're seeing on screen is changing you physically. You're laughing till your stomach hurts, your cheeks hurt. Just a physical reaction you're having with it that may have an equal impact to an emotional or mental connection with things.
I think of the franchises that are really, really successful in comedy and do real well at the box office, like the Sandler movies. Mm-hmm. That they have like a formula where they have the laughs that'll just crack you up, but then they also have the heart too. Mm. Yeah. And even like the TV series like Scrubs and like Bill Lawrence Ted Lasso and stuff. We don't do shows or whatever, but with streaming services, it's so vague. The line is so vague now. It's so blurred between what qualifies as film, and like miniseries and things.
Right.
But like I always feel like the great comedies, they're very successful because people know how they felt when they left Mr. Deeds. They know how they felt when they left Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison. And they might not get it exact, but they want to feel that way again. They want to laugh and they want to feel like maybe it's got this message too.
Somebody just did a podcast. It was with Theo Von talking about Dumb and Dumber. He was just like, yeah, but he goes, I knew when the movie had, what's it called? And he quotes it, and Theo actually corrects the quote. And they're just like, I'm sick of being nobody, and I'm sick of having nobody, or something like that. And I think that's when that part of the movie had a little more heart to it. Because there's something that he's trying to achieve. There's something he's lacking. There's something that's hurting him.
That's so hard with a character like Jim Carrey, too. He's so extra.
With Lloyd Christmas with the...
Yeah.
Being that character and then having that moment and then going, oh, okay, there is something to this story. We can laugh with him. We can laugh at him and we can laugh with him too. So,
I think this movie that we just watched too, it had one specific line that captured some of what we've been saying through the grief stuff where, it sounds like we're defending people's actions when they're destroying families and destroying people's lives. And say, well, how could they control that if they're in so much grief? And sometimes it doesn't sound right when you word it like that. And so they had, there's a line in there. What's Seth Rogen's character's name? Isaac is consoling Ethan, and he says, you have good reason to make excuses. And he's referencing, like, poor decisions that Ethan's making. So he says, you have good reason to make excuses. It's just ruining your life. So that's like exactly how I've felt trying to explain people that are experiencing grief and they can't think any other way because they're so hurt in that moment. So they're making these decisions, but you still have to be accountable for those decisions. So we talk about Midsommar, we talk about Talk to Me. Pretty much, it seems like every movie we've watched so far this season. So that line encapsulates how I feel about those. Where
that's a very good line.
No one's saying, you have every right to these excuses because I don't want to be in those shoes, but it's ruining your life and it does have to change. Like that's the reason that you're feeling this way, and we're here to help, but it's got to change.
There's so much wisdom in that, not just with grief, but with like trauma and a lot of things. It's like, yes, You've been through it, man, and no one's blaming you for being there. But if you want to move forward, it's going to take some work, or it's going to take a mindset shift.
Yeah.
It seems cruel to say, but probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Seth Rogen saying it too, so
it's a high
probably easier to hear. Well, I think that's all I got for you guys.
That was good. It was tight.
Liked it, and we are days away from
tiger.
Christmas. Days away from Christmas, and so I'm glad we talked about our Christmas flick.
Yeah,
So
this was an interesting one.
I did not expect this to be on the menu, but when I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta watch that.
Yeah,
that's the first of its kind on the podcast. I think, right?
Just kind of look in real time.
R-rated comedy.
Yeah, DNF jokes and.
I know at least 5 or 6 listeners that before they listen to it, they have to watch the movie. That's everything, and I'm like, part of it, I'm going to keep my phone off for about a 3 or 4 day window, just as they watch it and say, "You cad." Yeah.
Don't think less of me. KMax, you got any jingle witties for us to end this episode?
Any jingle witties? That's a good question. I got some jingle witties.
That's an American Pie 2 reference. That's when Stifler's trying to act like S-Brick. I can't remember his name. The guy he has a feud with during those movies. So he's trying to like act like cultured and sophisticated.
Oh, I'm thinking about that guy.
It might be American Wedding. So he's trying to come up with like a good saying. So that's where Jingle Witties comes up.
I got it. I don't know if I have anything. Just wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, man. I hope you have a great time. I hope you have a wonderful time with family and friends. And hey, listen, if you find yourself like our character here, lean on your friends. Lean on your friends, lean on your family, and don't ever say that nobody cared about you. You got 3 idiots at this table that do, regardless of who you are or what you're going through or what your bents are. Man, we shouldn't have to go through it alone. And this season is wonderful, but it can be real hard for folks. So make sure you reach out to folks. Don't be afraid to do that.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Tin Man, why don't you teach us a little Tuscarora and tell us how to say Merry Christmas in Tuscarora.
You chanitya kriswan.
And I'll handle Happy New Year. New Year.
New Year.
Kriswan. Yeah, and that's it.
One more time. I want to hear it nice.
You chanitya kriswan, I think is how you said it.
There we go.
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Another angel got its wings.